Good morning, everybody, and this is your SP 500 trade setups for today. So yesterday was a public holiday here in South Africa, which we took some time off. Right, so let's just I just want to get to the weekly first because this is quite an important level that we are at. You can see there's the previous weekly swing low, and here is the previous weekly pin bar that we are interacting with. So last week we did close below that. This week we are kind of just bouncing off the moving averages here. Oscillators not quite setting up for anything just yet, but if they start separating more than this, then I would expect a little bit of a swing up, maybe another lower low or a higher low, but then just basically forming a wedge. So at the moment, if we drill down to the 8 hour, there is what some people, me included, are looking at here, as you see it on the daily reader, is there's this big head and shoulders here. We're at the neckline. We haven't really penetrated the neckline that well. We have come down to this gap yesterday, but then the buyer stepped in straight away, so that gap is still open on the higher time frames. And nothing else really that you can see there. So you can see we've got three levels here, which that is sort of our lines in the sand, should we say. So we need to get it back above 43.37 before we start getting too interested in any longs. There's a juicy pin bar here off the gap. It's not really anything else. 43.04, probably 4300, yeah, just off 4300, so nice big round number as well. So if you drill down, just get rid of that cursor, and you see yesterday was pretty much down, buyer stepped in up, and then this morning we've kind of fallen again. I'm of the opinion we're ranging at the moment. There's nothing else to it. Now we're either going to consolidate here and punch through 4300, or alternatively we are going to consolidate here and sort of start building a base for a climb to the upside. Trend is really strong on the 3 hour to the downside. The oscillators have separated and pointing up, so now we start getting different opinions between the 8 hour and the 3 hour. So 8 hour does look like we forming a bottom, and then 3 hour it's looking like we are just consolidating for another punch down. So whenever we start getting those kind of different views in the different time frames, that's when we need to be a little bit cautious. Typically it is a range, and we need to wait for the range to break before we start getting too excited. Right, so the 1 hour. So you can see Friday was pretty much up and down, and we had up, down, up yesterday. Oscillators have crossed over. We're still in a downward trend, but to me this is sideways. I don't see anything here that interests me at the moment, and even if we take it down to the 15-minute, it is quite chaotic. So even that swing there yesterday didn't really bounce off much. There's a lot of chaos here at the left that it was looking at, but nevertheless came down to 4300, and then we reversed with the rounding bottom here, flag, broke above it. Now after hours we are back below the moving averages. So for as long as we're above and below the moving averages like this, I'm not really keen on this. I would want to see some kind of structure built, and at the moment this is my line in the sand to the upside, so that's 43.37. We can build a base above that. I'd be looking for longs. Otherwise, I think I will just hold off at the moment. This level down here at 4300 is extremely strong. It's a massive weekly level, and again, if you just look at the weekly, just get back there. If you just look at the weekly, you see how strong this zone is that we're in at the moment, and we are still very much in an uptrend. So I would be a little bit reluctant chasing shorts at the moment. And if I take, there's my trend line there, but nowhere near it. So that's kind of my view, and then I just spotted something on the 15 before we switched across. There is a swing low, there's a swing higher low. Look, there you see that price is higher than it was here. What are the oscillators doing? A lower low. So there's its diversions. I would argue that we are really trying very hard to build a base off 4300 here for a move to the upside. So that's kind of the view I've got. A little bit of a bullish bias, but I'm just going to want us to see us get back above 43.37 and build a base up there this afternoon before jumping in on this. So that's kind of my view at the moment. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.